Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Joanne Hines, filling in for Norma Taylor. Here are some of the news stories we're covering for you this week. We fill you in on important community association news. Our news team was at the Meet the Author event honoring the late Pat Conroy. We take you behind the scenes of our newest show, The Neighborhood Challenge. Those stories and more are coming up. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News with Norma Taylor and the Sun City News team, covering our community and the Lowcountry.
The Hidden Cypress Outdoor Pool will be closed Monday, July 1st and Tuesday, July 2nd for replacement of the Hidden Cypress roof. The Perrysburg Indoor Pool will close Monday, July 8th for renovations. Keep checking the Projects in Progress page on suncityhiltonhead.org for more information and updates about this project. Palmetto Commons will be closed for a staff event from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Wednesday, July 3rd. The office will reopen for business after 1:30 p.m. Community Association offices will be closed Thursday, July 4th in observance of Independence Day. The fitness centers will be open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Logo Building will be open from 7 a.m. till noon. See the Fitness Center front desk for information about group exercise class schedules. The association will put on its annual 4th of July celebration at 5 p.m. July 4th at Town Square. Please remember the following parking and safety reminders for the event. No parking is allowed on Sun City Boulevard or on the medians on Sun City Lane or on the golf course property. Safety rules require a 425-yard perimeter be maintained during the fireworks display. No chairs are allowed on the lawns of the croquet courts or the lawns adjacent to the lagoon. See more parking and safety reminders in eNews Weekly. For more information about these events and more, check your community activities or check your email inbox for eNews Weekly or log on to suncityhiltonhead.org. The Community Association has made it easier than ever to stay informed about the major capital projects happening here in Sun City Hilton Head. The Projects in Progress webpage is now available on suncityhiltonhead.org under Membership Announcements. You can also navigate to this page and the Association at Work flyer by clicking the yellow image at the bottom of the eNews Weekly. And we'll have Senior Director Operations Gio Villegas and Communication Director Jennifer Mathis in the studio in early July to give us more details about this new initiative. Reporter Georgia Lash attended the recent Meet the Author event. In Our Prince of Scribes, the late Pat Conroy's fellow writers honored his memory. Let's listen.
I'm here with John Worley. John, you're a South Carolina native, a Beaufort resident right now.
Correct.
And you are one of the contributing writers to Our Prince of Scribes.
Very proud to be one.
Can you give us a snapshot, soundbite description of this book?
This is a remarkable book. I don't know of any other writer in America that could get 67 writers to write a tribute to them.
I know.
But Pat did, and he deserved it. So it's special, and I'm not aware of any book like it.
Now, I think the special part of this book is you were his friend from college and his baseball teammate?
Yes.
Okay, now you both grew to be literary colleagues.
Yes.
How did your relationship evolve as your careers grew?
Well, one salient fact was that Pat became famous, and he became pretty famous in his 20s. And because of that, our relationship could have gone the way a lot of relationships go when one person achieves fame and the other one is slaving away in the courthouse practicing law. But and Pat never let that it changed him. I think fame changed Pat, but it didn't change our relationship. He was the same guy at at 60 that he was at 20.
Now I'm going to challenge you a little bit. If you had to pick 3 words to sort of emphasize the real essence of Pat Conroy that came out in these 67 essays, what would they be?
You can never go wrong using Pat's own words. And the 3 words I would use is auditorium-sized heart. And that phrase is one Pat used in college for himself. He said, I keep getting in trouble because of my auditorium-sized heart. What he meant was he was a bleeding liberal for every puppy dog and stray cat. And if you were down and out, you had a friend in Pat. And so that auditorium-sized heart comes through in all those essays. And he gave the benefit of that to writers, which is very unusual.
Well, thank you for sharing that very personal insight.
You are welcome. I'm delighted.
Thank you for being here.
Here's a sneak peek at what goes on behind the scenes of our latest show, the Neighborhood Challenge.
Hi, I'm George Rosehart, executive producer at Sun City Television. SCTV began brainstorming ideas for the show to replace Healthy Eating with Leslie in February. Our group of SCTV volunteers discussed several different show ideas, but finally landed on a game show concept that would provide a different type of viewing experience for our resident viewers. Our group decided to mix trivia-type questions with minute-to-win-it type challenges.
The idea of categories was playing off of programs like Jeopardy, where they obviously have different categories, and we felt that the category itself would be a clue to the contestant of where the question was going to go, what the subject matter related to it was. For example, places in the sun are places in and around Sun City, geographic locations, historical street names, what have you. So you know that that's where the questions are going to be related to.
On the north side of Highway 278 and immediately east of Sun City are 4 adjacent commercial business establishments. 2 of these businesses are restaurants. What commercial service do the other 2 businesses provide?
Firestone and AutoZone.
Very good. Auto parts and repair. We'll
Right.
take that. Okay.
Well, Randy Selman was one of the people that worked on the physical challenge side of the game development. And how did you decide what games would fit into our show?
Well, the first thing we had to do, George, was to decide how we are going to fit it in our small studio. In Minute to Win It, they have a big studio and a lot of room to do these challenges. We only have a very small spot.
When we come back, our wine whisperer, Tina Thompson, tells us about her recent tour of Germany. Reporter Chris Chase checks out the Sun City Bagpipers. And we discover new Bluffton construction in News to Know. We'll be right back after these important messages. Tina, eating and drinking with friends, I don't think that qualifies as work.
Hey, it's one of my best jobs, and I love this one. Recently, I suggested and poured wines for a German-themed wine club dinner. My findings led to an enjoyable evening. The discovery merits sharing. Germany is predominantly a white wine producer, with red production surging in the late 90s. It was a challenge to please the attendees' palates while pairing with their menu. The menu, 2 casseroles, a pierogi, brat, and sauerkraut dish, German potato salad, and the grand finale, German chocolate cake. The wines were as follows: Starling Castle Gewürztraminer, Rheinheisen and Pfalz regions ABV, alcohol by volume, 10.5%, $10. This Gewürztraminer has a soft golden hue with fresh aromas of rose petals and apricots. It is semi-sweet with a hint of spice and mild acidity. Fruity flavors like lychee, grapefruit, pineapple, peach can be noted. Schmidtstone Riesling, Rhine Region ABV 8.5%, $10. A medium-bodied semi-sweet Rheinheisen Riesling with peach and apple aromas and a light, crisp, fruity flavor. Well-balanced and easy to drink. Delightful as a cocktail or as an accompaniment to lighter foods. Often called the world's most friendly wine, Riesling is their own varietal. The best Rieslings come from Germany. In German wines, there are 6 distinct ripeness classifications, from driest to sweetest. Cabernet least to Eisbein sweetest. Beware of the blue bottles. They are usually sweet. Lastly, Affenthaler Spatzenberger Rotwein. Affenthal region, ABV 12%, $20. A velvety Pinot Noir, full-bodied bouquet, and a sparkling ruby red color is a favorite among wine connoisseurs. Spatzenberger can be enjoyed on its own and makes an ideal companion for salmon, all types of meat, and pasta dishes. Affenthal is a part of Baden. The striking monkey bottle design pays homage to the unusual name of its home, Affenthaler, Valley of the Monkey. This name derives not from our furry simian friends, but rather from the Cistercian monks who first began cultivating Pinot Noir over 700 years. Prost, cheers. Thanks for watching. I'm Tina Thompson.
Reporter Chris Chase is up close and personal with bagpiper Tony Burke.
In Sun City, there are a lot of talented and unique people, and we're fortunate today to have one with us. Now, Tony, what got you into bagpipes?
Ever since I was little, where I grew up out in Long Island, the fire department used to have volunteer parades, and my parents would take you and we'd go watch them as kids, and as they would march by, you would see the bagpipe bands, the police departments, fire departments, and that always struck a chord with me from that point on.
How long have you been playing?
Over 30 years. I started in 1986.
And who do you play for?
When I was in New York, I played for the New York City Corrections Department. Now it's just myself and there's 2 other pipers that live out here in Sun City.
I heard you played a little bit ago in a local neighborhood.
Yes, the Basket Walk neighborhood. We decided to have our own little St. Patty's Day party, so it started out, we fixed up a few of the golf carts. I got out the bagpipes, I marched them around the block. We went down to our cul-de-sac where we had a little party, and then one of the other bagpipers joined me there, and we just played for a little while.
What is going on or going up in Bluffton?
A lot of construction changes and additions are coming to Bluffton. Gwyneth Saunders summed it all up in a recent Bluffton Sun article. Here's a drive-in tour from Miss Saunders' research. Coming from US 278 onto Buckwater Parkway, Berkeley Place will see One Hot Mama's American Grill going in the space vacated by Hinchley's Chicago Barn Grill. Continuing down the road, the large clearing after Berkeley Place is going to be a mixed-use village with retail. Washington Square will be the chief amenity with a combination of retail, office, and residential. People can work there, shop there, play there, and live there. Continuing south to Buckwater Place Commerce Park is the most ambitious of the current construction projects. A Kroger gas station is already in operation. The Kroger grocery store is just opened and will be joined by a Surge Frankie Bones, plus another restaurant. The Don Ryan Center for Innovation will be adjacent to the Kroger store. Across from the DRCI will be St. Joseph Candler's newest facility, a 40,000 plus square foot, 2-story medical campus near its present immediate care unit. Also, located next to Kroger's will be the Culinary Institute of the South, part of the Technical College of the Lowcountry. The popular Corner Perk will go in next to Ace Hardware. Continuing south, Beaufort Memorial and the Medical University of South Carolina will jointly build a micro-hospital planned for a 2022 opening. Up a little ways and across the highway, Hilton Head Christian Academy is building a new campus. Down from that, cross schools are adding a high school, a worship center, and eventually several athletic facilities. Heading north towards US 278, after the first Parker's gas station can be seen, the Stockade self-storage construction. Past the second Parker's gas station and the completed Carolina Car Wash, Bojangles, and Optum Orthopedics, and another new building is planned that will include the Omelette Cafe and other businesses yet to be announced. Finally, just before US 278 will be Vineyard Bluffton, a 96-unit assisted living and memory care campus. Wow. Good research, Gwyneth. As a thorough journalist she is, Gwyneth suggests checking out information and maps at townofbluffton.us/gallery.
Don't go away. There is much more to come on Sun City News. Randy Selman reports on entertainment in Hilton Head. We want you to get to know all the members of the Breeze. And sports reporter Ray Tapio checks out some more Sun City winners. We return after some messages from our sponsors. So, Randy, you traveled to Hilton Head to the Coastal Carolina Art Center to see their new show?
You're right, Joanne, I did, and I'm so glad. I caught the opening of the Art Center's newest production, Legally Blonde, the musical. Most of you remember the movie starring Reese Witherspoon as a seemingly dumb blonde, Elle Woods, who tackles stereotypes and obstacles in pursuit of her dream to earn a law degree from Harvard. Before the curtain went up, I had a chance to speak with Legally Blonde's director-choreographer, Todd Underwood, about how he brought this fun-filled musical to life.
You know, one of my favorite parts about the show are these three young women who play her best friend, Pilar, Margot, and Serena. They become like a Greek chorus in the show, and they sort of help guide and tell the story as we're going through. We've got some incredible actors giving their heart on these performances. The young man that plays our Emmett, his name is Chris. The young lady that plays Paulette, her name is Jillian. They really have jumped into this show with both feet.
Legally Blonde, the musical, runs through August 4th. Tickets are $50 for adults and $37 for children. You can order tickets by calling the box office at 843-842-2787. Oh, and did I mention that if you live in Sun City, you'll receive $5 off the price of your ticket. I'm Randy Selman, and that's your entertainment report. Remember, life is entertaining, so don't miss the show.
Sun City TV's panel show members from The Breeze, Doug Wright, Tina Thompson, and Margie Bruiser, want answers from Sun City residents. And Larry Kilkoff, the fourth Musketeer, invites you to watch him on Out of His Mind.
We're here with the Breeze crew today to ask some people, the man on the street, a couple of questions. And one question is, how do you get your children not to hate you? Hey, we're with Bob and Ann outside Perrysburg on a beautiful, beautiful day. And Bob, you've got adult children, and how do you get them to not hate you? I mean, there's a lot of strife sometimes.
We give a lot of attention and a lot of money to the grandchildren, and they love it.
We may use just that. But are there ways you can tick your children off so that they somehow become estranged, or have you heard of situations?
Oh, yeah, sure. I've heard of situations, but, we're loving parents and they're loving children. So, knock on wood, we haven't had any problems like that. We love our kids and they love us. And they get down here occasionally. We go up more frequently.
Hi, I'm Larry Kilkoff, the fourth member of the Breeze crew. My job is to run the anchor leg of our relay team. Each month, I give a 3-minute commentary called Out of My Mind, a semi-serious, hopefully humorous, slightly skewed take on our current topic of conversation, sort of a final punctuation point on that show's discussion. My premise is simple. No matter how serious the subject, there are probably multiple perspectives from which to view it that reflect the comically absurd while still paying homage to the gravity of the matter. Secondly, I'd be willing to bet that much of what comes out of my mind has been swirling around for a while in one form or another in your very own. I'd be pleased if you would join me in my tongue-in-cheek treasure hunt for the satirically whimsical. I hope to see you soon, right here on The Breeze, the next time I go out of my mind.
Ray, our sports reporter, you saw a top-notch ping pong game, huh?
Jojo, at this level, remember, it's table tennis. Okay? Be careful with that. Our table tennis club held an open doubles tournament. I spoke with Dave Ehrlich, president of the club, and Randy Duncan, the vice president, to get the lowdown. This was a double elimination tournament, which I found out means you must lose 2 out of 3 matches before you're out of the match. To tell you the truth, I used to play what we call ping pong, but I better not use that expression here, and I have never seen such fantastic players. The finals came down to Jeff Thomas and Mike Arlington in first place. Close runners-up in second place were Randy Duncan and Richard Basinski. Third place went to Lou Numia and Lee Rosenberg. Here's a shot of the champs receiving their award certificates. Hey, softball players and fans, here is a chance to enjoy the game and at the same time to give a big assist to Beaufort County Parks and Recreation Association. The association is looking for volunteers at their Dixie baseball tournaments held at Fraser Field from July 13th to July 25th. The games will be broadcast on local TV, so here is your chance for fame. Call Mac Watts at 843-255-6686 to volunteer and enjoy the game. They are in need of scorekeepers, announcers, concession stand salespeople. I guarantee you, you will have a ball, pun intended. Ray Tapio for Sun City Sports.
Thanks for watching our show this week. We invite you to check out Sun City TV's weekly program schedule in Sensations magazine. And now check out highlights and alerts on Twitter at Sun City TV HHI. Also, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. And to see extended coverage of your favorite news segments, tune in to Extra and check the current Sun City magazines for daily times. And make sure you tune in next week for all the news that's happening in our community. In the meantime, I hope you a week full of great fireworks. For Sun City News, I'm Joanne Hines wishing America a happy birthday.